Hazel, can you drive over to my place right now?
Huh? Right now? What happened?
Don't argue. Just come here. You're my daughter-in-law, aren't you?
Well, I'd like to know the reason first.
Today's the big sale at the supermarket. I want to stock up, so I need you to drive me. And there will be a lot of stuff, so you'll need to carry them too.
I'm sorry, Lisa, but I have to work my shift later, so it'll be difficult for me to take you. If it's tomorrow, I can make time.
Tomorrow? No, that won't work. I have a hair salon appointment then. And the sale is only today. Just skip your shift.
I really can't do that.
What do you mean? It's just a part-time job. There are plenty of people who can replace you. Skipping one day won't hurt.
The restaurant I work at is understaffed. And if even one person is out, it causes trouble for everyone.
Oh, please. If that's the case, you should just quit. It's not like they're paying you much anyway, right?
That's not true. I've been working there for quite a while, and I'm earning a decent amount.
Oh, really? So how much do you make in a month?
About $1,000.
What? Only 1,000? Wow. People with no brains really don't make much, huh? Don't you ever think about working a real job? Or are you just planning to leech off my son and take it easy?
That's not my intention at all. Before I got married, I worked full-time as a salaried employee. But now, I want to stay within the income limit for tax purposes.
Why did you quit your full-time job? You don't even have kids yet. You could work full-time. Oh my God. I feel so bad for my son. Stuck with a lazy wife who mooches off him while he does all the work.
My decision to work part-time was something David and I agreed on together.
Don't give me that. You probably pressured him into it, taking advantage of how kind he is.
That's not true. We decided on this because if both of us worked full-time, it'd be tough to manage the household. David is busy with work, so he doesn't have much time to help around the house.
Why don't you take after Maria, my eldest daughter-in-law? Even though she's pregnant, she's working hard and sends me $1,200 every month. Compared to that, you only send $400. Aren't you ashamed of yourself?
Wow, Maria sends $1,200? That's impressive.
Of course it is. That's what a good daughter-in-law does. Maria is a returnee who speaks fluent Spanish and works for a big company, so her income is stable. She's nothing like you, and she's always so considerate of me. Truly kind. Unlike you who only thinks about yourself.
But isn't she pregnant with twins? That must be tough on her body.
Tough? Mind your own business. Maria has it all together. She doesn't need your concern. She's really such an amazing daughter-in-law. Even while pregnant, she doesn't use it as an excuse to slack off at work or with house chores.
But I'm sure her doctor has advised her to take it easy. If she overdoes it and gets sick, wouldn't that cause trouble for you too?
That's none of your concern. What I think and decide is my business. You don't get to tell me what to do. More importantly, why don't you increase the amount you send me? $400 doesn't even cover basic expenses.
Right now, $400 is the best we can manage. Utility costs have gone up, and we're cutting back on groceries. We also want to save for the future.
So, you don't care about my well-being, is that it?
That's not what I'm saying.
You wouldn't care if I couldn't afford food, became malnourished, and collapsed, would you?
Why is it turning into that kind of discussion? With the $1,200 from Maria and the $400 from us, you're getting a total of $1,600. It's not like you can't afford food, right? Plus you're receiving your pension too.
The pension alone isn't nearly enough. Without the support from my kids, I can't survive.
In that case, why not try working? You're perfectly healthy, so you could at least take on a part-time job.
I've only ever been a homemaker. I can't work outside the house.
I don't think that's true. There are plenty of women who go back to work after years as homemakers. Besides, you mock me for not earning much with my part-time job, but you're fine being unemployed yourself.
That's because I'm old. I have the right to be supported by my kids.
It'd be better to aim for a lifestyle where you can manage without assistance. Even Maria might not be able to keep sending $1,200 forever, especially once her twins are born. It'll cost a lot to raise them.
Unlike you, Maria would never abandon me. She sees me as a valued member of her family, but you clearly don't think of me that way, do you? Even when I caught a cold recently, you barely came to check on me.
I called to check on you and told you to let me know if you needed anything, didn't I?
A phone call alone doesn't show any sincerity. It's a daughter-in-law's duty to come in person and take care of her mother-in-law. You're so thoughtless.
I'm sorry, but I had my shift that day.
If your mother-in-law gets sick, skipping your part-time job is the obvious choice. Gosh, talking to you is so exhausting. You don't even try to contribute to this family. What is the point of marrying into it?
Even if you say so, I help with grocery shopping a few times a week, carry heavy bags, replace light bulbs when they burn out, and even clean the yard.
That's the bare minimum. A proper daughter-in-law should work tirelessly for her mother-in-law. Why is it that my younger son's family lives nearby, not the eldest? If I'd known I'd end up with such a useless daughter-in-law, I'd never have approved of this marriage.
Whether or not you approved, we'd have gotten married anyway.
Jesus! Every time you talk back, it's always something. You're really so annoying. I wish David would just divorce you. Having you in the family is just too much to handle. Hazel, you're free right now, aren't you? I bet you're just lazing around at home.
Well, not exactly lazing, but I'm taking it easy.
I need you to come to my place right now.
What happened? Is something wrong?
I've made plans to have lunch with some friends in the neighborhood, but more people joined, so I need you to drive us there.
I'm sorry, but I'm not feeling well today, so going out isn't possible.
Not feeling well? It's because of your pregnancy again, isn't it? How many times has this happened now?
Yes, you are right.
Ever since you told me you're pregnant, you've been turning down all my requests. It feels like you're avoiding me.
That's not my intention at all. I'm just really not feeling well today.
Pregnancy isn't an illness. You can move around a little. It won't hurt you. Maria, the eldest daughter-in-law, worked right up until her due date before giving birth. And here you are, 6 months pregnant, acting all spoiled. Are you kidding me?
Everyone's body is different, so please stop comparing me to Maria. Besides, I'm at risk for preterm labor, and my doctor has advised me to rest.
Oh, stop being so dramatic. Moving around a bit is fine. Just come over now. My friends will be here in 15 minutes.
Like I said, I really can't today. I'm sorry, but can't you just call a taxi?
A taxi? What are you talking about? Why would I waste money on that when I have you? It's just a 10-minute drive to my house. Can't you handle that?
I'm telling you I can't because I physically can't. I really can't drive today. My back is killing me.
You're saying you can't come over just because your back hurts? Unbelievable. Every pregnant woman experiences that. Just push through it a little.
There's a difference between pain you can bear and pain you can't. I truly can't move today.
You're already planning to leave for your parental home soon anyway. While you're still here, you need to support me properly. That's what a daughter-in-law is supposed to do.
I can't. Your requests are always so last minute. I can't plan anything. Could you please let me know in advance next time?
That's too much trouble. Besides, aren't you unemployed right now? Living off David's money and daring to defy me? What kind of parasite are you?
Calling me a parasite is a bit much, don't you think? I'm not living off David. I'm contributing by handling the household and soon, childcare. It's called division of roles.
How dare you talk back to me? Honestly, young wives these days?
By the way, doesn't living off the money you get from us make you a parasite?
What? How dare you call me a parasite?
If living off someone else's money makes you a parasite, then you're practically the queen of them, aren't you?
What did you say?
Oh, and speaking of you, I've heard you've been spreading rumors about my pregnancy.
Huh? I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm talking about the rumor that my baby's father isn't David. A neighbor mentioned it to me.
Oh, there's a rumor like that? Must be a misunderstanding.
Seriously, don't pretend you don't know. I caught wind of it directly from the source that you were the one behind that rumor.
I never said anything like that. It's just a silly rumor.
No, the neighbor said she heard it directly from you.
Maybe when I said it's possible, I guess. It got taken the wrong way.
Possible? Are you kidding me? You've gone way too far.
Because, Hazel, you just look like someone who'd cheat. Your clothing screams it.
My clothing? I don't wear anything flashy, though.
Maybe you've toned it down now, but weren't you a wild child back in the day? Your husband showed me some pictures. You were always in crop tops, super short skirts, and had heavy makeup on.
Oh, you mean my teenage face? That was a long time ago. Yes, I dressed a bit flashy back then, but what's your point? These days, I'm only wearing maternity clothes, and I haven't worn a short skirt once since I got married.
Oh, really? From my perspective, those dresses still look pretty short. It's obvious you're dressing to catch men's attention. Honestly, it's embarrassing. A woman your age wearing something like that?
Ah, I see. It must be because my legs are so long that you, with your shorter ones, think everything looks like a miniskirt.
What did you just say?
And no matter what I wear, there's no way my baby's father could be anyone but David. That's just common sense.
You really are good at talking back, aren't you? You should learn from Maria. She's smart, humble, and always listens to what I say. Unlike you, she'd never talk back.
Maria's simply too sweet. I'm sure she's overextending herself for your sake. You shouldn't take advantage of her too much.
Mind your own business. I'm so glad Maria's my eldest son's wife.
Is that so? That's wonderful to hear. Now, can I go? I'm not feeling well.
Hold on. I'm not finished talking.
We've talked more than enough.
Now that my friends are coming over, you need to drive me.
I've already told you I can't.
Hazel, are you listening? This is an order from your mother-in-law. If you don't come, I'll have to reconsider our relationship.
Jesus, were you even listening to me, Lisa?
Hazel, I heard the baby was born safe and sound. David told me.
Yes, we had a healthy baby girl.
I wanted to visit you at the hospital, but I was so busy I couldn't make it. Sorry about that. By the way, did my gift for the baby arrive?
Yes, it did.
Did you take a look inside?
I did. I honestly didn't expect to receive anything from you.
You must have been surprised. Did you like it?
I was surprised, but I can't say I was happy about it. I never thought the gift would turn out to be a bunch of newspapers and flyers, all trimmed down to look like cash.
Oh, those were just extra flyers I had lying around. Eco-friendly, right? And it was so thick, it must have looked like $1,000,000, huh?
Not at all. What do you even do with your time? The fact that you sent literal trash as a gift? Don't you have a shred of decency?
Trash? What trash? That was my heartfelt gift. Besides, your kid is basically trash anyway, isn't she?
What did you just say?
Didn't you hear me? Trash. She's trash, and a girl no less. She won't be of any use in the future.
Calling my daughter trash is unforgivable. Apologize right now.
I'm just stating the facts. What value does a girl born to the younger son's wife have? You should learn from Maria, the eldest daughter-in-law. She gave birth to 2 boys.
And so what? Does having boys make someone superior? Does having girls make them worthless? That kind of outdated thinking needs to stop.
Maria is capable, earns money, and has provided 2 heirs. She's incredible. But you? If at least your baby had been a boy, I might have given you some credit, but no. You're as useless as ever.
Lisa, you really don't know anything, do you?
Huh? What are you talking about?
The heirs you were so eagerly hoping for, they're gone.
What? What does that even mean?
And you'll never see your grandchildren again.
What nonsense! I can see my grandkids anytime I want through Maria.
Maria? You really don't know anything, do you? Maria divorced and moved overseas.
What? Overseas? Divorced? That's ridiculous.
It's true. She and my brother-in-law are divorced.
That's impossible. Stop lying to me.
It's not a lie. When Maria came to congratulate me after my baby was born, she left directly for Spain afterward. That was 5 days ago.
I haven't heard a word about this. Stop making things up. Are you trying to tarnish Maria's name out of jealousy?
I'm not tarnishing anyone. I'm just telling you the truth. Maria told me herself. She was exhausted from your constant demands for money and from dealing with my brother-in-law's debt problems.
Demands for money? Debt problems?
Yes. She said she plans to relax in her home country with her parents and enjoy peaceful days with her children.
That can't be true. Maria promised me she'd live with me in the future.
She didn't promise anything. You were the one who pushed that idea on her, and she confided in me that it made her uncomfortable.
But Maria has always been so kind to me.
She said she tolerated everything because arguing with you was too much trouble. If she ever disagreed, you'd spread nasty rumors about her or find ways to harass her.
Rumors? Harassment? Me?
Yes. She said paying you off was the easiest way to keep you quiet. She wanted to be free from this situation much earlier, but held on for the sake of peace.
That's not true. But what about the $1,200 she sent me every month?
That money was the price she paid to avoid your interference and gossip. She considered it a small cost for her peace of mind.
No, that can't be true.
Why don't you confirm it with your son? I haven't lied about anything.
I don't believe a word you're saying. Just now, my eldest son contacted me and said they haven't divorced.
Well, that's not surprising. He probably lied to keep you from finding out about his debts.
Debts? What debts? What are you talking about?
You didn't know? He is deeply in debt from gambling and failed investments.
That's impossible. There's no way.
It's true. Maria was overworking herself to help pay off those debts.
Lies. My son would never gamble or go into debt. You're trying to trick me.
No, I'm simply telling you the truth.
I won't believe you. You're just jealous of Maria and trying to bring her down because you know you're inferior to her.
Well, if you don't want to believe me, that's fine. You'll figure it out eventually.
Spreading lies and tearing this family apart? You're the worst daughter-in-law ever.
Isn't it you who's causing all the turmoil? Always putting me down while putting Maria on a pedestal.
I'll have you banished from this family. Don't ever show your face in front of me again.
That's perfectly fine. Honestly, I'd be happy to cut ties with you. If it means leaving this family, I'll gladly go.
Hazel, do you know how Maria is doing?
Huh? Why are you asking me about Maria?
Well, I figured you're still in touch with her, aren't you?
Yes, we're in touch. You're about to ask for her contact information, aren't you? But I'm not giving it to you no matter what.
I wasn't asking for that. I was just wondering if she's doing well, that's all.
I see. So what do you need?
Actually, I can't get in touch with my eldest son. Whenever I call, he says, "Leave me alone, stop bothering me." It's awful, isn't it? A son being so harsh when his mother is just worried about him.
Considering all his debt, he really doesn't have time to deal with you right now.
He admitted the divorce too, just like you said. You were right all along.
Oh, you're finally realizing that I was telling the truth?
Today was supposed to be the day Maria sent her monthly support, but as expected, nothing came through.
Of course not. Maria and you are strangers now. No one sends money to a stranger.
But until recently, we were mother-in-law and daughter-in-law. Just because she divorced my son doesn't mean she should cut off the support. That's too cold.
You need to let go of Maria. She's not your ATM nor your maid.
I never imagined she'd be so ungrateful. I let her marry my brilliant eldest son, and this is how she repays me? Betraying me so easily?
Ungrateful? What exactly did you do for her? Approving the marriage? That's hardly something to hold over her. If anything, Maria endured your unreasonable demands for years, and now you call her ungrateful? That's unbelievable.
How dare you? I'm the one who allowed her, some foreign woman, to marry into this family.
Foreign woman? Weren't you the one bragging about how she's a returnee and fluent in Spanish? Now that things aren't going your way, you're changing your tune? How pathetic.
But Hazel, you didn't like Maria either, right?
Excuse me? What are you talking about?
At family gatherings, you were always compared to her. It must have stung.
Being compared, yes. But thinking it upset me is just your assumption.
Oh, please. You must have been jealous. So now you should help me out.
Help you?
If you tell me where Maria lives now or give me her contact information, I'll make sure she pays for this betrayal. I'll squeeze out a huge settlement and teach that ungrateful woman a lesson.
Oh no, don't try to suddenly make me your ally. I'm on Maria's side. There's no way I'd ever give someone like you any information about a dear friend. I like Maria and I respect her deeply. At family gatherings, the only person who mocked me was you.
That's not true. Everyone looked down on you. They said you weren't smart, didn't make much money, and were a failure as a daughter-in-law. Didn't you feel humiliated when everyone told you to learn from Maria?
The only one who said things like that was you. You imagining that everyone else thought the same way is just your delusion. Or maybe your memory is starting to go. You're only in your 60s. Try to keep it together.
How rude. My memory is perfectly fine. I'm offering to be on your side here.
No, thank you. If anything, the idea disgusts me.
What did you say?
Oh, by the way, David and I will no longer be sending you any financial support.
What?
And we won't be interacting with you anymore either.
Wait, why are you saying this all of a sudden?
Do you have any idea how horribly you've treated me all this time? The list is endless.
But...
Now that Maria is out of the picture, I have no obligation to stay connected with you. Up until now, I only tolerated you because I didn't want Maria to bear the entire burden alone.
This is unbelievable!
You called my daughter trash, didn't you? I will never forgive you for that. Both David and I are absolutely furious. And sending a pile of shredded paper as a gift? That's beyond disrespectful.
Well, that was just a little surprise, you know.
A surprise? I've never heard of a surprise meant to trample on someone's feelings. It only makes us angrier.
No, it's just a joke. I didn't mean it seriously.
So, to you, insulting someone's dignity is a joke? I can't even begin to understand your sense of humor. Starting this month, we're stopping all financial support. Keep that in mind.
Wait, please. If you stop the support suddenly, I'll be in trouble. Listen, I'll apologize. Calling your daughter trash was too much, and sending paper scraps was wrong.
It's too late for apologies.
What am I supposed to do without you and David? I'm all alone now, ever since my husband passed away.
That's your own fault. This is the result of your own actions.
But
you can live with your regrets.
I can't survive without your financial support.
You're incompetent.
How can you say something like that?
I've told you this before. Figure out how to live without depending on others. Why didn't you take it seriously then?
I never imagined it would come to this. I thought Maria would always take care of things.
You and your son relied way too much on Maria. Did you really see her as nothing more than a convenient ATM?
No, that's not it. I was just leaning on her a little.
From now on, you'll need to figure out how to live on your own. No one is coming to help you anymore.
Hazel, please, at least send me a little more support. Even just $400, it's essential for me right now.
Just $400, you say? Do you have any idea how many hours I worked at my part-time job to earn that?
Well, I'm sorry. It's just that Maria used to send $1,200, But I truly am grateful. $400 is much better than nothing.
Jesus, I've had enough. If you can say just about $400, then you're not getting a single cent from me anymore.
I'm sorry. I'll apologize for everything I've done. I won't say anything cruel again, and I'll treat you with the respect you deserve as my daughter-in-law.
No, thank you. Your apology doesn't sound sincere. And even if it were, I can't trust someone who changes their attitude so conveniently.
Please.
I want no further contact with you. I never want to see or hear from you again.
No, please don't abandon me.
We're not family anymore, so it's not my responsibility to help you. To me, you're a complete stranger.
Hazel, please don't leave me. Without your support, I won't be able to survive.
Actions have consequences. This is your karma. Even after everything, Lisa persistently tried to contact me, but both David and I blocked her. To completely cut ties, we moved far away. According to what we heard from my husband's relatives, Lisa reluctantly started working a part-time job. However, due to her problematic personality, she quickly got into conflicts with her coworkers and was forced to quit. She now scrapes by on her pension alone. She's struggling to buy groceries, so hanging out with friends is out of the question. Considering how she used to live lavishly off the support Maria sent her, she must feel utterly miserable now. I hope she uses the remainder of her life to reflect on all her past behavior.